All right, everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome. I hope y'all are having a great week. So today we are going to talk about all things Italian for our swaps. We're going to do pasta sauces, some spices or herbs, and some of my favorite pasta noodles. And so one thing with pasta is we think we are on this mission, we're making a healthy meal for our family, which it should be, and then all of a sudden, because of the hidden and added ingredients, just like that, it is no longer healthy. And that is very, very frustrating. And so I'm gonna go over some numbers today and some guidelines. And I don't give you these for you all to feel overwhelmed or to write down another, rule to follow. I go over this kind of information for you to really open your eyes to what is in our foods and what we need to be, what needs to happen for us to be more healthy. There's very much this misconception of what's healthy and what's not. And there's really this gray area in between. And so sometimes if we can just kind of find our way in some, some of the most important swaps that we use every single week for our family. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but pasta is a staple in my house. And I'm sure that it is in yours. We all probably have, Taco Tuesday and Italian Wednesday, and that's what goes on the meal plan board, right? So this week I'm going, like I said, we're going to talk some pasta sauces. But the thing I want to point out the most is when I was looking through I just turned on my dishwasher. when I was looking through some of the things that made pasta unhealthy if we bought it from the store. Obviously we can make it from home and make it from scratch. And I added my bolognese recipe to the blog this week. And it is my famous bolognese recipe. And it's vegan for all of you who want to try like a meatless option. And then for those of you who prefer to have a little bit of meat in your pasta, there's a turkey option. So check that out. It is delicious. It is low carb, low sugar, and it's a ton of veggies in it because I hid a lot of them in the pasta sauces. So for all your picky eaters out there, it might be a great addition for you to try out on your family. And so the one thing I wanted to talk about was the hidden sugars and the hidden sodium that is in our foods or in our pasta sauces if you buy them from the store. And so the one thing is I want you to kind of just jot down. Again, I don't want you to get all upset with the numbers, but I just want you to be aware. Stay under about 6 grams of sugar in a half a cup, because that's what most servings are. Look at the serving size. And then look at the sodium around 400 milligrams, you guys, that's enough. And some of them can be upwards of, 700 milligrams. And then, y'all, that's the same as like French fries from McDonald's. So like not necessary. And so look at what's in your pasta sauces. We don't need any of the calcium chloride. It just makes it thicker. You want real vegetables in there to make it thicker, right? Present. And look for olive oil instead of soybean oil, and make sure there's no whey in that Alfredo because it will show up in there. And so I just want to make a little point on sugar. I know we all know it's bad, but I just want you to realize how much we can get added to our food just like that, and we don't even realize it. So the World Health Organization said sugar is a major, if not the main, cause of chronic metabolic diseases and obesity. Every 37 seconds, somebody dies in America from cardiovascular disease. You guys, that's something we should be up in arms over. 1 in 4 deaths every single year are from heart disease. So that is a reason why we need to get the sugar out of our diet. So the World Health Organization says, and I wrote down these numbers for y'all to have, that we should stay around 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, which equivalent to about 20 grams, okay? That's about it. The average American consumes 19 teaspoons and 82 grams a day. And if you do something close to that every single day for 3 years, it's very, very hard to avoid diabetes. So again, I just want you to be aware. I don't want to scare you. I just want you to wake up and be aware of what's in our food. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the pasta sauces. One of my favorites that I buy at the store is the tomato basil Simply Organic from Kroger. Okay. It is delicious. And I love it because it's under 6 grams of sugar, and it's like 330 milligrams of sodium in a half a cup. Always look at the label so you know how much you're getting. And so the sugars are right here, 6. I mean, tomatoes are going to have sugar in them. They are naturally occurring. And then there's sometimes a little bit added for either 1 canning or 2 for cooking and to kind of break down that acidity, but it shouldn't be a lot. So 6 grams total is a lot. So one way you can figure out how much is added is the FDA actually did something great in 2018, and they added a label on here that says total sugars, and then underneath it, added sugars. The added sugars is what's been obviously added that's not naturally occurring in your food. So you can look down at the label and say, okay, there is added sugar. It says it on the label. What is it? Is it high fructose corn syrup? Is it cane sugar? Like, what is it? And do I choose to add that? Is that a safe option? Is that a safe swap? So that's one thing. Again, under 400 milligrams of sodium is something we need to kind of stay in, because the reality of it is that's on a half a cup. And I just want to point out, this is a half a cup. All I had was some essential oils and water to show this. I don't have any food coloring in my house. So I hope this works. I don't know about y'all, but I like 5 or 6 ladles, okay, like 3 or 4 ladles of sauce on my pasta noodles. It's like, do you want some noodles with your pasta? Like, or with your sauce? Because that's how I choose to eat my pasta. And so when I look at something like that, a half a cup is not gonna cut it for me. So I have to be very aware of how much is in each serving, because I'm gonna have 2 or 3 servings of pasta sauce, at least 2 or 3 servings of pasta sauce on my pasta noodles. All right, let's talk noodles. All right, so these are really good ones, black bean pasta noodles. If you don't have picky eaters or anybody that's gonna be weirded out by a different color of pasta, or if you can talk them into blue and purple pasta as an exciting swap, this is a great option. Literally no sodium, very, very high fiber. Therefore, it pulls down that carb count, because you always subtract the fiber from the carbohydrates, and that's how you know how many carbohydrates you can count against your diet, how many bodies that you're actually gonna consume and how many are gonna, exit the body. And it's high protein, 25 grams. And so this one's a great one for anybody struggling with blood sugar. Definitely a heart health recommendation. And then green lentil pasta. They also make red lentil. I prefer the red lentil. The green lentil is really good. Both of them look about like regular pasta. And so if you have somebody in your house that's like, I don't want to know that I'm eating anything different, this is a great way to get veggies and high protein into their diet. And so again, always subtract those fiber. It's a little bit higher carb, but it literally tastes like regular pasta. You won't know the difference. Another one of my favorites are making like spaghetti squash. Is a big squash, and you roast it and you scrape it out, and it's so sweet and so delicious for pasta and zucchini noodles. I know that's a big fad right now, but you guys, they're great. And those are some of my favorite swaps as far as that. Oregano is one of my favorite additions, and I love it. It's antibacterial, it's antiviral. Everybody add that to your food right now. It's the crave. And I'm sorry. And then it just has a lot of antioxidants in it. It makes everything better. So just throw some extra oregano on, salt and pepper on everything. You can do it on your potatoes, you can do it on your asparagus, everything. One of my great Italian favorite herbs. So I think that's it for today, you guys. I just wanted to run over some of those. I want you to be a little bit aware of, again, the sugars that are in our foods. We can easily, overdo it without even realizing it. So let's just try to start bringing it down, get those numbers down to, what were they saying? I think it was like 19, no, I feel like it was less than that. Yeah, it was 20 grams and 6 teaspoons. So y'all, that's y'all have a great afternoon. I think that's it. I hope y'all have, enjoyed, learned some new things, and go try some pasta sauces. Go upgrade your pantry and try my bolognese and let me know how it is. Happy Thursday. Much love.